What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys. Here today with the gift that just keeps on giving. So it looks like Waves Audio has responded to me again. So I figured you guys would want the update because this update really shows you guys how clustered and how unorganized Waves Audio really is. So if you guys aren't aware, I've done a couple of videos or 3 videos over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, kind of talking about Waves, their update plan, and a little bit about the affiliates, but that hasn't really been the main focus of these videos. The main focus of the videos is the Waves update plan and how Waves just needs to fix it, right? So if you guys see over here, again, I've done Waves threatens to sue me, Waves Audio must be stopped, Waves Audio must be stopped part 2, and this is when the people spoke. So this is just everybody's response, and then me, kind of answering questions and responding back to people like that. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys kind of more of what I've discovered, doing these videos, because the more videos you do, you just find stuff that you weren't even looking for in the first place, but it just kind of might sway your opinion or your thoughts of some of these companies or some of the stuff that they do. And then I'm going to respond back to a few of the comments in the comment section, because I really feel like some of you guys don't understand that this is more of a Mac issue than a Windows issue. So all the users are just like, oh, we don't have problems. You don't have to update. If you have a MacBook, you have to update. You're not getting around it, unless you haven't updated your MacBook or you're still running with an old school dinosaur Intel MacBook, So let's go over here and start here. So this was the main issue. The main issue was this Waves update plan. Okay, so in the Waves update plan, currently it costs me $123 just to be able to use these plugins, right? Some of these plugins were free, some of these plugins weren't free, right? So when we click on this and we look at individual plugins, so like we come down here and we hit CLA effects, it's $9 now. It used to be $12, but it's currently on sale. But then when we look at something like Lo-Fi Space that was free, they still want $9 for this free plugin, okay? Which is really disgusting, okay? So when we look at this, it's $123 for me to currently upgrade, to all my plugins, or to update all my plugins. But if you look at originally, when I originally did my video, this was on May 10th, it was gonna cost me $212 to update my plugins, right? So that's a $90 difference, right? So 50 days saved me $90 if I wanted to update my plugins, which is kind of wild to me when you think about it, that the update price just isn't the same. And so then again, you see today it's 123. When I did my video, 2 weeks ago on June 16th, it was $159 for me to get the update plan. So waiting 2 weeks saved me an additional $36 on an update plan. None of that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, why isn't the update price consistent the same time, or the consistent price all the way through? It doesn't make any sense. It's like you're trying to get over on your customers and stuff, right? So as we look here, you'll see that it only cost me $86 to get the platinum bundle. So it's cheaper to get the platinum bundle, and it's like $35 cheaper to get the platinum bundle than it is to just update my plugins. Or if we take it one step further, it's $171 to get the diamond bundle. And so that's only going to cost me like an additional $30, $40 to get the diamond bundle instead of upgrading all my plugins. You know what I'm saying? So you see how the upgrade pricing doesn't even make sense when you're comparing it to the bundles, because it's like you can get the bundle. Like I could probably upgrade the gold bundle for like $40 or $50, or repurchase it for like $50, and which makes it cheaper than upgrading. Make it make sense. So now when we talk about some of you guys and some of you guys' comments, so I'm going to start with John Kinay's comment because he's respectful and how he says the comment. So I'm not going to crash out on him. I'm just going to give my thoughts on this comment versus giving a comment that I'd probably crash out on. Y'all get what I'm saying? So it says right here, John Kunay says, SumnSumnSumnHTK, dude, if you are using Wave plugins to actually make money, then just write off the cost in your Schedule C for tax purposes. Here's the problem. my video isn't just for me, okay? So everybody that uses Waves plugins doesn't get to write off their Waves plugins, right? Not everybody's making money off of music. A lot of people are using Waves plugins. I would say the majority of people that use Waves plugins aren't making any money off their music. So this isn't for me. If I wanted to just get free Waves plugins or just write it off, I could have just easily have emailed Waves and told them to give me some more plugins for free for 90 days, and I wouldn't have to be worried about this. The reason I'm making this video is because the Waves update plan is fucked up for everybody. So not just me, not just you, but everybody, right? So no, it's not about writing it off on the taxes and getting the credit back later. It's about making it right for the next person. You know what I'm saying? And so it says here, you don't have to update to the newest versions unless your operating system vendor, i.e. Windows, changes something under the hood that breaks how the VST3 or AU works. Again, you see how he mentions Windows. This is more of a Mac issue. So it's not that, Mac's gonna update their OS all the time because Mac has their iPhones and then they have their computers. So in order for them to optimize it and make them work the greatest that they can, there's always going to be a bunch of updates because updates are in essence bug fixes, right? So for me not to update my MacBook to be able to use Waves plugins is crazy because a lot of people in the comment section are Windows users and they cannot read the room. Like there's 500 people in the comment section complaining about the Windows update plan. And yes, you may have Windows, but it's an issue for Mac users. And to take it one step further, you see some people be like, well, if somebody has to work on the plugin, then somebody should have to pay for it. They have to update the plugins in order to keep selling them. So no matter what, they're going to have to update Reverb to sell it on the next Mac OS system. They're going to have to update Ovox. They have to. It's not an optional thing, like they're doing it for your favor. They're doing it because they want to keep selling the plugins. So since they already have to do it, they should give it to you. Like look at all this equipment I have. I have never paid for a firmware update in my life. And you figure a hardware company would charge you for a firmware update over, just to update on your software, And so like no other company does that. Like I want y'all to think about this for 1 second, okay? So let's say 1 million people have bought Waves plugins, and that's not a stretch because Waves has been around forever, okay? Let's say 20% of Waves users are Mac users, right? Seems like that's about an accurate number of what it would be. Let's say 10% of those people upgrade their plugin every year. So just 100,000 people from Mac update every year. It's typically $12 to upgrade. You times 100,000 by 12, that's $1.2 million a year that Waves is making just on an update that they're supposed to do anyway. On updates they're supposed to do to sell plugins, right? So take it one step further. Think about if 100,000 people had an upgrade plan like me who are Mac users, that's $120. That's $12.1 million Waves makes just off the update plan of getting over on their people instead of trying to make new plugins and trying to make new technology to move the music space forward. It seems like they're stagnant, and that's the frustrating part, is because a lot of people would rock with Waves because Waves was the founder, or the foundation on which all this plugin structure came about. They didn't create it, but Waves was Waves before anybody else was out here popping out all these plugins. And then when you guys are like, well, somebody has to work on this, you guys do realize that there is developers in these chats telling us that it is not hard to just make the updates, the bug fixes for, the new Mac OS system. So you have developers telling you that they're not putting in much work at all in order to do these bug fixes, because that's all that update is a bug fix to fix whatever bug is in the plugin to make it work with my new Mac system. So all it is a bug fix that they're charging us for, and they want me to pay $123 for bug fixes that are easy to fix, because once you fix it once, it's easy to go in and code the rest of your plugins and fix it. And then these aren't physical copies of stuff. So it's not like you're selling me a physical copy of anything. It's software is free once it's made. You know what I'm saying? Once the software is made, it is free to produce. It doesn't cost any money to produce except for maintaining your website. That's all the money it's going to cost if you have a website, is maintaining your website, you know? But it doesn't cost any money for you to be able to get that upgrade. Waves ain't paying no extra money for that. So it's like, that's where all the frustration comes from, right? So again, I know we've gotten to all this and we haven't even gotten to how Waves responded first, okay? So let me just start with this. So you guys know, initially I had made my videos and then Waves reached out to me, okay? So Waves reached out to me. I got an email from some dude I had never talked to in Waves before. I completely ignored his email, and then he emailed me back and basically told me, not basically, he told me to take down my video. I needed to write him a message by June 16th or something to verify that my video was coming down, or they were going to take legal action, which ultimately means, yeah, of course, they're probably going to try to sue me. You know what I mean? So, you know, I didn't take the video down. I made another video response. I responded to him and basically told him, you know, if you guys seen the last video, you guys know everything that I said, right? So after that video came out, or no, before that video came out, Waves sent me this. So it says, contract with Waves Audio is expiring. Your contract with Waves Audio for the Waves affiliate program is expiring on June 17th, right? So they sent me this on the 14th of June, kicked me out the program. Meh, we don't care, okay? So now Waves has responded again in a way that none of y'all would think that Waves Audio was gonna respond. Dear Waves affiliates, I hope all is well. I'm proud to announce our new Studioverse Mix Unlock Transform Finish tracks without having stems. Basically, we encourage you to create content around this. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. But they ain't even take me out of their database as an affiliate yet, bro. So they're still sending me emails about being an affiliate when clearly they told me they wanted to sue me, and then they kicked me out of the program. But voila, here we are with the deets on the new plugin. So I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I wasn't even gonna make this video, but I might had left my MacBook at my parents' house last week, so I've been kind of hard to do contact with this PC because this PC's jacked up and it don't be working right, man. It be freezing, it be messing up. This is the second time I recorded this video, all right, because it messed up the first time. So shout out to Waves for giving me some content to get me through it, so I go back over to my parents' house to get my computer because I needed that. But I mean, y'all get it, man. I am every time Waves sends me an email or some dumb stuff, I'm about to respond, you know? Because it just gives me a chance to continue to mention how crappy Waves update plan is and how crappy they treat their customers. They basically expect to make money off their customers for the rest of life. Last thing I'm gonna say though is that I feel like I need to say this because nobody else has said this. Hey, look, man, I know Waves is located in Israel. I think Israel's government is a trash government. They bomb schools, they bomb kids, they bomb hospitals. You know what I'm saying? They cut off water to countries. They do a lot of crappy stuff, right? I don't have a problem if you correlate Waves to Israel, the country, but we don't be all racist and prejudice in my comment section. I'm not here to throw all this hate on Jewish people as a whole, which I have seen in some people's comment sections and some of the other videos talking about this stuff. Dude, not all Jewish people are bad. It's like, I shouldn't have to say this stuff. Like, I'm black, I've dealt with all kinds of racism, and all black people aren't the same, all Jewish people aren't the same, all white people aren't the same, all Hispanic people aren't the same. People aren't all the same. So like, just don't be in my comment section making brash generalizations about a whole religion or group of people, because I'm not with that either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that at all. But that's what I got for you guys in today's video. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. I appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.